IVM.
Part of being an adult is paying your bills on time. Cred has made paying your credit card bills super easy and convenient. They send me reminders to pay the bill on time so I don't feel like I'm failing at adulting. And the best part is they'll even tell you about any hidden charges on your statement. And when you do make the payment, you can win some epic rewards and cashbacks. So just use Cred now. Hello, hi.
Hi, my love. How are you, Siri?
Okay, there's a format. Why don't I introduce the show and welcome you, and then you can say hi.
Oh, okay.
But I mean that was fine also. You can spontaneous. Okay.
Yes.
Hello listeners, welcome to yet another week of Agla Station Adulthood. I think last week you got to listen to Ayushi and Neha auntie. And this week it is myself with my Pam, Purnima, the best. Welcome to Agla Station Adulthood.
Thank you, my love. I'm so happy to see you, sweetheart.
Don't do this extra being sweetheart and all cutesy on this, huh? Just talk to me
it's
normally.
being me and it's being normal. Absolutely. Yes.
How are you feeling on as a guest on this amazing podcast?
Oh, wow. I mean, I never ever dreamt that I'll also be doing a podcast with you.
Correct.
So, yeah, I think it's very good. I'm very happy. And I'm all excited. It's like the time when we did the cook show together and all that excitement was building up. It's like that today. It's like, hey, I'm going to be doing a show with my girl. I'm so happy.
I'm so happy here to have you.
Yes.
So let's get right into it.
Yes, my
This
love.
is a Mother's Day episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know what to ask you. I don't really know what to talk about.
Okay.
I think it's important that we have an honest and open conversation as we do
Yes.
in normal life also.
We do. Always. Always. Yes. I can start off with you.
Yeah, so I do want to start at the beginning of like not me, but like your journey to choose to become a mother. What was that? Like I want to from the motherhood when you became a mother.
I was 26 when I got married.
Yeah.
And when Natasha was born, I think I was about 27 and a half. And when you were born, I was about 29 and a half. So, yeah. And it's just something I never thought that I would do, but always, in our time, it was like progressive. You're going to get married and you will probably have kids. So it was like a known thing. Iske baad ye, it will happen, So, I mean, I was just thrilled that I had 2 baby dolls to play with.
Lol.
Literally.
Baby doll. Baby doll. मैं सुन रही थी, mama. So you basically didn't know what else to do. You were like, chalo, theek hai, this is life. You're supposed to produce children, get married and enjoy with your baby dolls.
I don't know. I mean, at that time, because I gave up my job and everything, and I left, I left Singapore and I moved to India, and I was in a completely new environment and a new situation, a new country, new everything.
The only way to manage was to have children and play with them.
And I think having you girls brought about a little world of my own, of my little. What do I call it? I find it difficult to say it, but it's my own little world, my little own creation, my way of life with my 2 babies that I can take care of and I can, nurture them and make them the best possible humans ever in whatever best capacity that I know of.
And you think you have succeeded at such and such?
Well, it's not just me succeeding, but I think it's you yourselves also who have put a lot of things into your own, for your own growth, for your own wholesome upgrowing in this last few years. Yeah. So it's been a journey for all of us.
Listeners, if you think my mother is teary-eyed right now, you're absolutely right. And Mama, it's okay, don't worry. This is a safe space. You can cry on the pod. I cry regularly. And Ayushi makes fun of me, but I won't make fun of you.
No, but Well, we both are emotional people, so it's different.
Yeah, but I have to talk about that
Yeah.
also. Do you think you were more emotional before motherhood or after? Or have you always been like this?
Um, Emotional. I really think I've always been like this. Actually, I think I've always been like this. Yeah.
And do you sometimes wish you were less emotional?
In certain given circumstances, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same.
Sometimes it's better to be emotionally blunt, so you don't feel hurt. It's okay. Let it go by, rather than
Yeah.
taking it to heart. Yeah. 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 That I agree on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hmm. So anyway, I mean, I've had some of the best years of my life raising both of you. And
Didn't you ever get bored or like irritated or like, what the hell am I doing with my life? I had such a great job. I was traveling the world. And now I'm stuck in this small town in Gujarat and all of these people and these restrictions. And what have I done? Why have I decided this? Like, did you have any of these second thoughts about all of the choices you made at age 26, 27, 28?
I don't think I was that sort of a person. I sort of it's a choice that I made, uh, and I chose to come to India, be married here. I chose to be with the person that I wanted to be with. I don't think at that time there was anything that wanted me to leave and come back. Of course, I would say that my first year of marriage was the toughest year of my life because that was getting adjusted to a new country, new culture, literally a new culture because
So, listeners, my
having
mother was born and raised in Singapore and spent 7, 8 years working with Singapore Airlines. Just some
yes,
context. Yeah.
yes, correct. So I globe trotted, been here, been there, done this, done that, and everything else. And then here I am, married into a small town which is absolutely conservative. Family is conservative too. And relatives are absolutely conservative, who are looking at you with suspicious eyes and, bickering behind your back, and you can hear the whispers quietly at the back. Yeah. So, yes, it was the toughest year of my life. And in that one year, I remember, in those days, we didn't have mobiles. So, what did I do? I used to write letters back home to my parents, to my mom.
Mm.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, me and my mom, we go back a long way as well.
Obviously, she gave birth to you. Obviously, you go back a long way. What a
Oh, no,
statement.
no, no. As in the sense that my mom and me, I mean, she's just not my mother. She was my best friend, my sister, my confidant, my everything.
And also, you only knew her for that many years of your life.
Yeah, 26 years of my life. Because thereafter, year and a half later, she passed on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Missing my mom till date. Because this 26th of May, it will be 30 years now since she passed on. And I still think of her. I still do. I still do. It's not I mean, many times when I'm cooking something, so mom would have done this, or this is how she would make it. And yeah, it's like the other day I was just made something and I messaged my brother and I said, "Hey, this is your favorite dish. This is what mom used to make for you when you would come back home." I said, "Yeah," and we sort of laughed about it. Yeah. So yes, moms are always special, no matter what. I feel. Uh, I mean, I'm not being that, but when a mother passes on, the whole family crumbles, and I've seen my family crumbling because of the thread that was there with the needle that had woven us all so close, and then it suddenly broke and it just sort of fell apart. Yeah. So yeah, that that's what I mean by that special relationship with mom. And that nobody in the world can ever replace that relationship. No.
Yeah.
No, fathers cannot take that space. Sorry.
It's interesting you say this. Let's talk about this also for a second. In
Yeah,
your
sure.
parents' generation and in your generation,
Yeah,
the role of the woman has been to take care of children, raise them,
absolutely. Yeah,
while the role of the man has been to be the financial provider. Okay.
correct. Yes.
So you say this fathers can never have that. I disagree with you completely because the whole system of parenting is rooted in patriarchy.
Yes, yes. But that is changing now, and I hope that changes for the better now. I think men too should be equally involved in everything, in every aspect of life. That men should also be taught from a very young age, like how girls are taught to, okay, you have to learn how to cook, you have to learn how to do this, learn how to do that. Even the boys need to learn how to do this and do that and do this and do that. I mean, of course, there are many boys and men in the world who do everything and who are all rounders. But in specific, most, I would say maybe 70% or 80% of men who are still, woman dependent or dependent on somebody to prepare things for them and to give them. Yeah. So their
Because
homes wouldn't be a home had it not been for the mother or the wife playing the role of the mother, mothering the husband. This is a sort of scenario that is there in most marriages, so to speak, that first it's the mother was taking care of him, then he got married, then he got a wife, so the wife was there, and then slowly from the wife she became the mother of the husband. Literally like that.
yeah, so I think this whole system is only thoda flawed. And even I
Yes.
sometimes think about it because when we were growing up, I remember
Yeah.
that, of course, because of Vips's work, he wasn't around a lot. So
Yeah.
you became our primary caregiver.
Yeah.
So for many, many years, I too felt a bit maybe distant from my father because you, ek to, are a very, very over obsessive parent as a mother. I just have to tell you. And you know this. Because let's look at the facts, Pam. You lost your mother when you had your first baby, who was barely 6 months old, right?
Yes, correct.
So all of that grief and all of that loss, it has just come out as love into this small thing you've given birth to.
Yes.
And that's when that becomes your entire world because you
Yes.
have a big hole in your heart
Yes,
and
I
you're
know that.
filling it with this love.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't
Yes.
know. I'm not.
No. I completely agree because that is how things have. Yeah. I mean, I've learned a lot from my mom, and that is coming out from me. And missing her, and is transpired into whatever I've done in this last 30 years as well. I suppose. Yeah. My giving my all to my family. Yeah. Yeah.
Who are you, though?
I am Purnima. I'm
Tell us a little
Purnima.
bit about Purnima.
I'm Purnima. And Purnima is a fun-loving person, actually.
Yes. Yes,
And
she is.
she can be really hip hop and happening many a times if she's let alone loose.
Yeah.
I suppose somewhere along the way I had lost that Purnima, and because of being married, having kids, having all the responsibilities, and all of that. But now I feel like I'm free of everything. Now I can focus on me. Me is
Yeah, it only took 30 years.
well, better late than never, now when you think of it.
Yeah.
And looking at my lifespan, I still have another 20 years to go. So yes, of course, why not? I mean, but the focus should be me and me. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. I love this.
Yeah.
Listeners, this is the Gyan we want to step away with today from a 56-year-old.
Yes.
57? 50
No,
how
I'm
old?
58, darling.
You are 58. See, I was just trying to be polite on air.
Oh, is
No.
that right? Of course, you know how old Mama is.
Of course, I know you're 30 years older than me. Exactly.
Yeah. So, yes, I think now I have everything in me to do things for myself. So I want to claim back my life, which I've started doing, and I spend a lot of time with me now. And yeah, it starts with me. Everything starts with me and ends with me now. Now I can be a little more selfish and give time to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Because let's talk about this whole concept of motherhood and selflessness.
Yes. Yes.
What are your thoughts on that? And I know this, you have been a selfless mother to the point of it being a flaw, I would say.
Okay. My mom was selfless. So I guess, you learn some things, you have to unlearn some things. So I'm probably unlearning some things now. Yeah. So it's still not too late. 58 is still not too late.
वाह रे बड़े अच्छे अच्छे जवाब दे रही है मॉम तो आज.
Really? You think
हाँ
so?
जी बिल्कुल enjoying. Are you enjoying being on the pod?
Yes, I am. I'm loving it. And
Should we?
I'm not even thinking like we're on the pod because I've not spoken to you since whole of yesterday. I didn't talk to you today. The whole day I've not spoken to you. So I'm just
Okay.
catching up with you, Ratasha.
Listeners, it's time to also inform you that I have not been in my parents' home in Bombay for a while. And, lockdown and all, everybody needs their own space.
Yes.
How do you feel like that now that I have not been at home in this lockdown? Are you feeling better? Like you have more time for yourself also? Because somewhere I know when I'm there, you also go a little bit, oh, what do you want to do? What do you want to eat? Should I chill with you? What are you doing? That little bit of that energy comes also.
Yeah, of course. Naturally, it's like today when Natasha is here today.
Yeah, of
But
course.
but then I reminded myself, no, Purnima, you have to do your thing first, and then you do
Very
whatever you need to
good.
do. So I went ahead and I did my yoga, my puja and everything. I did my me time first. And then we sat down and we had breakfast together and we chilled out for a bit together. So yes, I took care of myself first. I put myself in front, number one.
Boom. On
Yeah,
that note, I think let's slip into a small break.
sure.
And
And
that means nothing because we'll take a small break. Listeners, we will see you on the other side.
okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, Cred, Siet, TheWholeTruthFoods.com, and PayPal. We really do appreciate the support. On Cyrus Says, we discussed quite a bit about the local assembly elections this month. Vasanti Hariprakash was there to talk about the West Bengal elections, and then we also spoke to Pradeep Gupta, a psephologist and author. He's the chairman and MD of Access My India. Do definitely check that episode out. Great conversation. Tune into This Round Is On Me, where Gauri Devi Dayal caught up on the latest trends in the PR industry with Archana Jain from PR Pundit. On The Habit Coach, Ashton Doctor spoke to Anandita Chatterjee. She's the founder of Travel Chatter. She's been a marketer with some large firms and has traveled to 67 countries so far. It was a RuPaul Drag Race fan club on KBCD where Farhad and Sunetro discussed the show's best moments and talents. Amber Rana was joined by celebrity fitness trainer Shivoham on New Year Kanun to discuss fitness laws and regulations in India. They talk about the laws and infrastructure that exist to protect gyms, trainers, and also consumers in the fitness industry. And on the note with Maruk Inayat, we have clinical psychologist and friend of the network, Sonali Gupta. She talks about ongoing mental health issues like survivor's guilt, coping with anxiety around the pandemic, and doom scrolling. And with that, let me get you back to your show.
And welcome back to Agla Station Adulthood. You are listening to me, Ritasha, and my mother, Purnima, on our Mother's Day episode. Yeah. Your face was stuck for so long in the same position. I thought my internet is bad and you're frozen.
No, you said be still, so I was being still.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You never wanted to be you were a working mom for some point in time also. No, let's talk about that. The balance in those days.
In those days when Vips had gone to Germany and we had gone back to Singapore, in that time when I put you girls into school in Singapore and I was working then. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
It was a tough time because I had to be dependent on the house help, and the house help wasn't the greatest help, and she just created more stress for my dad, and I didn't want that. So I worked for about 6 months there, and then I eventually had to stop because she just wasn't cooperating and giving me the time that I needed to go to work. Yeah. So it was very tough balancing home, work, and the kids and everything when they were
children.
Yeah.
Bloody monsters.
Yeah. And then on top of which my dad, because my mom had just passed away as well, it'd been only a couple of years then at that time. Yeah. So it was all a tough time, but a good time for grandpapa to have granddaughters around and daughter around as well to
Yeah, absolutely.
heal during those times. Yeah. Yeah. So it was a tough time, but a good time overall. And you come out stronger always. When you go through the tough and the rough, and you come out stronger always.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. um,
Yeah.
you then were also working once we started. I was maybe in the 9th or
When I started working at Endoscopy Asia when we started, and in 2008. Yeah.
yeah, when you decided to join my father and work together as a team
Yes.
for about 15 years, you all have worked together.
Yes. Yes. Correct. Correct. Yeah. It was a better time, a great time overall.
What were the challenges like for you? Because you were working and you were our primary caregiver. Like you knew when our exams were on, you knew what was going on. I don't think Vips even knew till a long time which class I was in. He thought I was in the 7th, but I was in the 6th or in the, stuff like that.
And I used to
Like
come
I don't
for the
remember him coming for a
parent-teacher
single
meeting.
parent-teacher meeting in my life. He has never stepped into the school.
Yeah.
Maybe to see one school play, maybe.
I don't think so. Even that. Oh, he did maybe one.
No, of course. I
King
mean,
Cole,
but-
yeah, maybe one.
No, but like later on in life, I think he was coming to watch my school plays.
Yeah,
at least.
Cathedral. Yes.
Yes. But otherwise, yeah, only you would come, but you would also go to work and you would also decide what was to be cooked, and we also deal with the istri wala and the kachra wala and the plumber and the
Yes.
everything. So talk about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm an all rounder, packaged in one, where I'm not just the mother. I am the wife. I am the caregiver. I am the electrician, the plumber, everything. The baker, the chef, the butler, you name it. It's all rolled into one. I think as a mother, you wear many hats, and each time you just have to learn how to keep flipping the hats. And that's what I've done all my life. Yeah. So now I think I'll be flipping less of them and more of me.
I love that you've just accepted this as it is, and it's just like you're so happy about it. Yeah, like as a mother, you have to flip so many hats. Maybe you are right. Maybe what you say is right, and generations of women have been right.
It's different over the years now, as your generation would deal with things very differently from what we did in our time. So yeah, it's a generational thing. I think it will be very different now because women now will have a child, they will have careers, they will have equal parent care, not just not just the wife, but husbands too will be equally involved in raising up the child and everything. So it will be equal partnership in everything. So yeah, gone are the days of male patriarchy. Is that the right word? And more equal power to both. I think, yeah, that is important. Are you there?
I'm there, but I'm like, tumne sab kiya phir, like, and you've like gone through all of it, and now you've come to a place where you really do value more equality in a relationship.
Yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely. Because I mean, times are changing. Times are not the same anymore, and I think each one of us have to take equal responsibility of whether it's work, whether it's home, whether it's whatever in life. If you're going to be partners, then you have to be partner in everything 50-50. Simple. That's what I feel now.
Took you a long time to realize this.
Well, it did, but it's better late than never.
Yes. I'm absolutely with you.
And especially when I have raised two strong women who are working for all of this sort of topics, and in public, you guys are at a certain platform where you are voicing all of these things, and Natasha and you, both of you. So all the more I feel empowered that yes, I'm learning a lot through my girls as well. I am.
I love you.
I love you being my teacher. Thank you, baby. I love you, my sweetheart. Thank you.
I love you too. Are you proud of the way you've raised us?
No, I think you girls make me proud. I think that's I would turn it the other way around. I think you girls make me very proud. Whatever I have done, you have added on and enhanced yourselves in that way, right? So it's not my doing. I have only put a little bit of soil, but you girls have put the manure and you've nurtured yourself even further.
Bagban.
Well, whatever. But
That
this is
means
what
a gardener.
I know the garden. Yeah. So I think, yeah, this is it. It's you girls have both of you really make me you make me proud. Yeah, more than I'm proud of you. I feel that you make me proud. I it, there's a difference in that. I feel. Yeah, I love you.
Arey yaar, I love you too. Okay, now chill out. I don't really know if I have any questions for you as such.
Oh,
Um,
I want to ask you a question.
oh my God, please.
What's your fondest memory of Mama in these last 30 years?
In these last 30 years?
Yeah. A fondest memory. You go back to your. Try and think in your hard disk.
Um, I think one of the nicest memories I have is of very young childhood.
Yeah.
And it's of me feeling extremely safe when I think when we were really young and you used to sleep in the middle and Natasha would sleep on one side of you and I would sleep on the other.
Yeah.
And I still remember like being buried into your underarm and sleeping there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now even in my adult life, when I was living with
Yes.
and I was gotten so used to that comfort of sleeping next to somebody and feeling safe.
It's secure. Yes.
Yeah, and I miss that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you bloody spoilt us, yeah. You suck. You've ruined me with hugs and kisses. Can we just tell the listeners about that? Every morning is chumma chaati would start.
I cannot help it because I love hugging and I love kissing my babies and I've done that ever since you were little and you were born and I've just showered all my love and my precious. You
My precious. My precious.
But really, I mean, you both are very special. Very special.
Oh my God, Mama, just chill out. Just chill out. This episode is taking a turn into cry will. We all
Not
need
at
to
all.
just stop crying.
Not at all. It's pure truth. Pure truth. And love. So what other memory do you have other than that?
What other memory do I have which is really like fondest? See, now the thing is there are so many memories.
Okay, something that makes you laugh even till today.
You've not ever been very funny, no offense.
No, okay. All right.
So sorry. Oh God, now you've put me on the spot. I can't think of any kind of. But you have a great laugh. So let me, I've always heard you laugh big time since we were little.
Yeah.
So I think I enjoy the sound of your laugh. And that's why even I like to laugh. Dil khol ke.
Yeah, dil khol ke haso. I
Yeah.
still remember when I was young and my grandmother used to tell my mother, she would say, in Gujarati.
Say it in Gujarati. Say
Yeah,
it in
કે
Gujarati.
પૂર્ણિમા હસતા જરાક ઓછું કરવાની જરૂર છે કે સાસરે જશે તો શું થશે?
Sasre jase to su thase. Do you hear
Yes.
this patriarchy dripping in this sentence?
Yes. This was grandmothers telling my mother because we used to live in a joint family of 24, 25 people under one roof.
That tell your daughter to laugh less, otherwise, what will her sasural say then? Kuch bhi bakwas.
Yeah. So
And I'm sure ससुराल में भी बोला ही होगा कि ये पूर्णिमा तो बड़ी forward thinking modern types है. This she's wearing shorts and all. She can't wear.
Absolutely. So I got that already. You cannot wear shorts and t-shirt in this house. As soon as I got married and came.
Hardcore.
Yeah. So it's a lot of adjustments. It's okay.
Anyway, now more to talk about Natasha and myself. What
Yes.
have you learned from us?
Oh, a whole lot of things. A whole lot of things. To learn how to everything. Everything. What can I say, Rita? You know everything that you have taught me as well.
Mama, but my listeners don't. Can you talk to them? This is not a chat between you and me. There's like at least 5,000 people listening.
About listening to my heart, learning how to listen to myself, and learning how to undo and unlearn and learn new things. That is something that you've taught me. That you've told me time and again, Mom, you have to learn how to listen to yourself and learn how to do things for yourself, for yourself. Put yourself before everyone else.
Yeah, because this self-sacrificial thing is just so passe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not a hot look on you anymore.
Not a hot look on me. Okay.
If you were 29 in this zamana, what do you think you would be like, or what would you be doing?
If I was 29, I think I'd be very much like you in a way. Really, honestly.
Yeah, you wouldn't be married. You'd be chilling. You'd be
Yes.
traveling. You'd be
Yes.
meeting boys, hanging with
Yes.
friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'll be having
Learning new skills. Yeah.
learning new skills and having a ball of a time. Yes. Traveling and just experiencing life. Yes. In every aspect. Be it
Juicing it out.
Yes. Be it the journey of life, of travel, life on spirituality, life of inner exploration. I mean, life in totality. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm catching up on all of that I did not get the chance to do. Or I decided to put on pause for a long time and now I've pressed the restart button.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm on the restart, the rebooting.
Full on.
Hold on. Yes.
You've also on this on the topic of like restarting, rebooting. You've kind of started a whole new career in the last 5 years.
Whole new career in the last 5 years?
You've forgotten since you've started going on set and taking all my jobs.
Then I completely forgot now because I've not gone on set for the last. I've not gone on set for the longest time. So
Yeah, so listeners, Pam got spotted once in 2016, I think, and since then she's been acting.
yes,
So-
so it's a newfound career.
And you were 53 when you decided, chalo, now I'll do this also.
Yes. And it was just initially it just started with that one ad. And then it just catapulted into so many things. And now I've done a couple of web series as well. So it's an amazing journey. It's like I've come full circle now, I feel, because this is something that I used to do when I was young. Theater and acting and drama and all
Yeah.
of that. I used to do that when I was in school, and after that as well, I was teaching drama for a good 2 years to kids and that. And then now coming back into it feels great actually. I mean, how lucky am I when I count my blessings? I feel, oh wow, I'm so blessed. That at this age I've got a new career starting again. So it's
Do you ever question life's journey, or have you learned to be like life has it? You just have to trust the universe.
I think you just have to trust the universe, honestly speaking, and always be positive of whatever's coming. And whatever comes, que sera, sera. It's okay. We're going to take it in our stride and we're going to get over this too. And we're going to grow stronger. We're going to grow wiser with everything that happens in our life. Yeah. Everything happens for a reason. And everything, sometimes I feel, certain things you can take destiny into your own hands and make it happen. But there are certain karmas or whatever you say that needs to be, exercised, and it gets exercised in this lifetime. So you grow out and you go through that journey, and then you evolve and you come and you go on. Yeah. So you take one stage after the other. Yeah. So I think everyone has to bear their own cross in this lifetime of journey. And whatever that comes, it just makes you stronger. It makes you wiser. It in retrospect, always wiser, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's wise in retrospect.
Yeah. And yeah, just makes you who you are actually also, because of your life's experiences. And it makes you, because everyone in some way or the other is contributing to your growth also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep, I'm really happy for you also that you found this kind of new career path. I think it suits you. You have a very camera friendly face
Yes.
and a lot of emotions which easily surface. So, yeah, I'm just jealous that you get more casting calls than me.
Mama's taken away your job, darling. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no, it's different. You are in the upmarket auntie category. I am
Yes.
in the
Yes. Correct.
young
Yeah. This is
young mom category.
this is the gray hair talking grandmother category.
Let's talk about your gray hair actually.
Yeah.
You started your life as your professional life your journey of adulthood began with you joining Singapore Airlines as cabin crew,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Absolutely.
So the standard of beauty is at an all-time high. You have to look your best, you have to do makeup,
Yes.
and you have to look attractive, basically.
Yes. Correct. Correct.
And you were an attractive young woman your whole life. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
And did you own it? Did you rock it? Did you feel like, yeah, I'm a hot young mom?
Yes, I did. Of course, I did. I mean, I've always been. I mean, I've had lots of relationships with a lot of friends, and we had a big circle of friends, so many of us. And when you're traveling, you meet a lot of people and that. So, yeah. And when I had babies as well, I was a young rocking mom.
Lol, fashionable also.
Fashionable also. Yes, you can still remember those photographs of.
I do, yes. You're pretty fashionable. I think your fashion only suffered in the middle when we were in our teenage years, but I think raising teenagers must have just ruined you. So you were just like, fashion also, I can't handle them.
No, teenage years are the toughest years for any parent to handle, I think. Yes.
Yeah, what was that like? Should we talk about that? Give me the horriblest memories you have of my teenage years, because I have a damn good one. It's a memory. It's not a fond memory, but it's a memory of when I got so drunk that I have thrown up in your nightie. Like you have held up your night suit like this, and I've done, and all that red penne pasta has come out. It must have been 2008,
Yeah.
7 or 8. No, not 6. I was too young. 8 or
8
9.
or 9, yeah.
Yeah, or 10 also. No, it was 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah, it was the worst. But overall, I think as a teenage child, you've been very good.
Oh,
Overall,
means Natasha was so
Natasha
bad.
was the one who gave mommy a tough time.
In what way? What do teenage kids do that irritate
I think
parents?
tantrums. Yeah. Yeah.
What kind of tantrums? Can you remember any like incidents?
Not specifically. And I'm blessed that I have a forgetful memory. So
Yeah,
I'm so
that's true.
blessed. Yeah, I'm so blessed. Forgetful memory is a blessing, actually.
But what were the golden years of child rearing? Must have been early when we were damn cute and small was the best. And then teenage, was that the worst? What was the worst part?
I think teenage had its own challenges, of course.
And then board exams and all, you felt pressure, no? Because you were like, oh, all the moms are sending their kids to tuition and all.
I was never one of those moms to hover their kids and over their exams and or by this class and that class. No, whatever classes where you felt you needed, we did that, and that was it. And I never pressurized you girls into doing this or that. I always sort of, okay, now what is it? It's just an exam. Why making such a big deal out of it? I mean, I've seen parents who have had sleepless nights because their kids are in exams. I mean, what the heck? I mean, it's okay. It's only an exam. It's not life's ending there. Life is just begins after all of this shit that happens. Right or not?
Correct.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've always believed, as children, which is why, after your 10th, no, after your 12th, that I gave both of you girls a year break, right? Just so that you could think and have clarity in your mind as to what you want to do, which area of field that you want to take up as, because life should be a passion. It should not be a burden. And when life is a passion, it just free flows and you enjoy life. You're not pressurized to earn your bread and butter. So that is something I've always wanted you girls to do. So I'm happy that both of you are, doing what you love doing. Yes.
Thanks,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that has
Thanks.
really helped you all to both to blossom into the way you are today also. Yeah.
Do you have any regrets though when it comes to raising us?
No, I don't think so.
Think carefully. Don't just say no. Everything is not perfect. Think now. Do you think sometimes you gave us too much freedom or gave us too much space to be too outspoken and then you have to suffer because of us?
Very rarely, but yeah, sometimes you feel that okay, ठीक है, but कुछ गुस्से में आ गया, कुछ बोल लिया तो फिर अरे shit. If I hadn't given so much of freedom, then this wouldn't have happened, no? Because I've given so much of freedom, now this is happening, no?
Now you're sitting on my head and tabla
Yes, correct.
bajawing.
So yeah, but I think overall that is very rare. That is very rare overall, and you know that for a fact as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. So
So, last couple of questions I have to ask you about me.
you are the most adorable, most reliable, most trustworthy, most lovable, huggable. You
Kissable, squeezable,
you are my
best.
bestest. You're my bestest friend.
Oh,
That too, you know.
Natasha, are you
Natasha
listening?
is also there.
No, she's also
Yes,
our
she
best
too
friend.
as well. Yes, yes. We're rocking the three strong women of this
Yeah.
family, the pillars.
But then when I was small, did you think, oh, did you think that I'm going to grow up to be anything specific? This acting thing, for example.
Yeah, acting, I think, because when you were young and you used to do all the school plays every time, and then you get this trophy and you come home, Mama, I got a trophy for this acting or whatever. So this girl is really into acting. And yeah, it was I never thought, because, and also Victoria Palace. That is something which you spoke about when you were very young.
Oh my God, Mama, it's such a colonial dream. I feel bad for my child self now. Poor thing was so whitewashed by the colonial world. She was like she wanted to become a hotelier and start a hotel named Victoria Palace. I'm like, yuck.
Bichari.
Bichari.
Nahi. That was a child's dream. It's okay to dream. It's fine. Who knows?
I mean,
we can
I might
still
still
have a
have
hotel of our own at some point. Yes, we will.
but like a really cute
Yes.
one, where you will run a cafe and the best food ever.
Yes, we can always do that. Yes. It's on the cards.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens in life and how life unfolds.
Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Was I a funny child?
yes, you were the funniest.
Thanks. I just wanted
You
to
were
hear
the funniest. Funniest when you were. Shall I talk about that train incident to that lady who said,
Yes.
yeah, I think,
Go for it.
this is in Gujarati again. I would say that because
Go for it.
we were on a train from Navsari to Bombay, I think, or the other way around. I can't remember now. And we were in the first class seat, and we had a booking of the three of us. And you girls were sitting down. And then in Flying Rani in those days, people would say, "Bhai, just move in a little seat." People without tickets also will come on, and then
Ben jara adjust karo na.
Ben jara adjust karo ni, jara andar jao ni, jara andar jao ni. And then this lady came and she said that to you, and she said, and you said something to her, okay, this is my seat or something you said to her, and the lady said, "Tamari dikri cha, કેટલી તીખી મરચા જેવી છે."
Yes. Tikhi mirchi since day one, bitches.
and you were so upset for the fact that she wanted to sit next to you, and you're cribbing.
But I think you also made us little like that. Huh?
Yeah.
Like you are also like, acha, no extra people and all, just like keep little neat and tidy. These all these little airs, no, I feel like I've got from
Yeah.
you, which is not nice. Also, now I'm also learning with time and age.
Yes, correct. Yes,
I'm sure you also finding habits from your parents in your own
yes.
behavior.
So that, like I said, learn, unlearn, learn, whatever. We need to.
And then when we tell you that you are behaving like your father, you get offended. But you do. That's the best part. So you can't see it.
But you can see it. You can
Damn.
see it. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I know that. So that is what I appreciate, is that honesty, that mom, you're behaving like Mota Papa right now. So
Do you think that, yeah, you can't do that anymore, but do you think that women finally can only feel like 100% free and like ready to be themselves after 50?
not in today's generation, no. But
Mama, but I'm talking about the women who are in now your generation who have turned 50 and are now.
yes,
about the time.
Yes, I think absolutely. I think high time that we ladies of my age group, that you need to claim your life. You need to live for yourself. You need to do what you want to do, whatever you've put in the back burner, to bring it forth and to look into it and start living your life. Because when you really put it on a scale, let's say, from the time you were born in the year 1960s, and you add on 80 years, let's say, okay? So that is, and then you minus, that gives you that year till what year you'll be alive. And then from that year, you minus the year 2021, and we will get about an average year of 20 more years to live. So what am I going to do in this next 20 years? I mean, I'm going to optimize my 20 years now and to live life for myself, to make the best life ever for me. And I'm going to be rocking till I drop dead. That is something that I've decided. Yeah. So I think, live for yourself now and do.
Yeah, you made this point 10 times. Don't repeat it now. We got it. We'll do a roundup at the end of the episode also.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, should we you have any other questions for me? Any concerns?
No.
What are your main concerns as a mother, Chalo? As a mother of a 28-year-old and a mother of a 30-year-old daughter in this
I
world?
think it's a very good question that you touched upon, because generations of people by this time, they would say, oh, beti badi ho gayi, abhi tak shaadi nahi karwaya, ye, wo, blah, blah, blah. Are, theek hai. My approach to life is that marriage is not a must. That's my approach to life. My approach to life is that women are not only made to have marriages and make babies. Women are strong and equally, equal to their male counterparts, and women are capable of doing anything in life, and they too should also reach for the stars and to do what they want to do in life with complete love and passion for life, and not be bogged down with marriage or husband or in-laws or whatever, and to be able to stand on their own 2 feet and to be financially independent.
I would now, all of this, out of everything you've said, I want to just reorder it and bring financial independence down
Number
to
one.
the main thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, if one were
I
to.
went around, but yes, financial independence is the key for all women. Yeah. Because when you have financial independence, you can do whatever you want to do in life.
मैं देना नहीं यो Mama, they'll beep it. It's my show.
Okay.
My mic. My mom.
Okay. Love you, dear.
Yeah, so you want us to just chill hard and enjoy life and make money and enjoy and not get married.
Well, I mean, if you find the right person and you feel that, yes, mom, this is the right person for me to spend my rest of my life with, yes.
मम्मी जी ये बताइए ना, what is the right person? What is your take on love? When do you know you found the right person?
You will just know it. I don't know. I really don't know. I think so. What is this look on your face?
You will just know it, I think, is the, I don't even know it anymore.
Yeah. Well, then if you,
Because you think you found the person and then you,
well, again, I would say that situations, circumstances, and everything changes over. Just because you feel that you found the right person, that you're going to be happy forever, that is bullshit. That is bullshit. Yeah. It's all about adjustments and trying to.
don't say compromise, I'll punch
I
you
am
through
not
this
going to say
screen.
that. Adjustments is what I said. Adjustments.
Compromise का वही तो lesser, थोड़ा भाई बहन type है ना,
ठीक
adjustment.
है ना? It's okay. Because even any relationship, I think women in my age group right now would probably be facing situations in a similar sort of, that marriage evolves from being lovers to then becoming parents, and then to becoming older parents, and then to becoming individuals again, to doing your own thing again. So, yeah, relationships evolve, I think. Yeah. Nothing is forever in life, right? Nothing is forever in
है
life.
ना?
No.
Nothing.
Everything you think is, but it's not. It's not. In reality, it's not.
Nothing is
Nothing is
permanent.
permanent. No.
I love
Yeah.
that. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. I feel even the parent-child bond, I mean, it is what it is. It is a biological
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Of course, there is a deep sense of love and what we like to call unconditional love. But I myself have a big question mark on the concept of unconditional
Yeah.
love. Because even a child will only love a parent as long as it provides milk, it provides shelter, it provides warmth. When you are that small, all you need is caretaking. And if the parent is unable to deliver, then these conditions are there, no? So I don't know, man. Conditional love is a question mark. Unconditional love is a question
Yeah.
mark for me. But I understand what you're saying about a romantic relationship not being romantic forever. I mean, it's not going to be all
Hunky dory and
rainbows and
roses and that. Yeah. I mean, every relationship goes through turmoil, goes through ups and downs. It goes through uh, binding, rebonding, fragility, trying to need it back again. Yeah, it goes through a lot of things, a lot of phases. Every relationship, it not necessarily just a husband and wife thing. It's a mother, child, sibling to sibling.
Yeah.
Every relationship needs constant working, whether it's friendship, everything. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I think our relationship has also evolved in the last 5 years, 5-6 years.
So every relationship evolves. It's not just a lover's relationship, No, it's every relationship. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool beans.
Yeah.
And
so
and any advice you have for me as a 29-year-old?
live your life to the fullest. Make most of whatever you have. Enjoy every bit of it. Just be careful. Live life full throttle. Yeah. And like I say again, just explore while you're young, while you can move. Elevate yourself to great heights. Also, spiritually, emotionally, from the inside as well. Not just about the material world. No,
Material
no,
success.
no.
No, absolutely.
It's
I
about your
agree.
inner journey, your inner growth that makes you who you are. That is very important as well. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Do you have any what kind of a partner do you think I need, or what kind of a boy would you like for me?
I have
It's just a time pass
no, I have
question.
not thought about it. Should be compatible with you in every way.
In every way is pushing it.
as
You
in-
know that's
as
not
in
possible.
compatible in not in every way, but in terms of your mind and thought patterns, it should sort of match to some extent. There should be some, like they say, opposites attract, but yeah, I would still say some similarities also do help in a relationship. Common things that you like to do together, so it bonds and makes your relationship stronger when you do things together as a couple. That is also very important. So the couple grows together, whether it's your outward exploration or your inward journey. If you're doing it together, that brings about a different type of growth.
Okay. Alone also is important together.
Alone is
So we'll
also
see.
important, of course. Alone definitely is. Personal growth and inward journey, definitely. Most important. Most important.
चलो बहुत बतिया लिए हम अभी I'll ask you छोटा सा rapid fire round.
We have a rapid fire round.
Welcome. There is no hamper for you.
You told me this.
Did I tell you anything? No,
No.
I didn't know what we're talking about.
You didn't tell me anything. That's why all the more I was like, shit, what are we going to talk about now? I had no idea what we're going to talk about. So anyway, this is absolutely organic and it's come by surprise to me. And whatever it is, I mean, if I've said something wrong, I'm really sorry. And if I said something nice, I hope you have enjoyed it. And
You can say all that at the end of the episode. Just hold on and let me ask you your rapid fire round with Pam
okay.
on Agla Station Adulthood. Okay. What is your favorite color?
White.
White. Okay. What is your favorite dish?
I don't have a favorite dish, but
Okay. One favorite dish your mom used to cook for you.
I would say white doklas. She used to make it special for me. Because everyone would like
That's
thick
cute.
doklas, but my mom would make very thin doklas for me because I used to love thin doklas.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite book?
It's Karma.
It's a book called Karma.
Yes, by Sadhguru.
Obsessed with Sadhguru.
No.
That's a separate podcast. We cannot
No,
speak of
no,
that here.
No, I will not. I will not.
Okay.
But it's a wonderful book
Thanks.
to read. And I'm enjoying reading that. And because I am not a reader and I've taken up to reading recently, so it's really, really enjoyable. Yeah. I'm happy to
Okay.
get back into the habit of reading. Yes.
I'm glad. What is your most favorite, your go-to comfy outfit?
Loose clothes. loose clothes. I don't like anything fitted. I love loose flowing clothes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And something about this generation that you like, about my generation.
I like everything about this generation except for your tantrums.
Okay, that's the price you pay. No, I'll try to be nicer. No tantrums. Where have I thrown any tantrums? I've been so far away from you.
That is true. Yeah.
Distance makes the heart grow
Yes.
fonder.
But otherwise, also, I'm very fond,
Yeah.
so it's okay. Yes.
Yeah. Theek hai, Pam. This has been so lovely.
Yeah.
Do you have any parting wisdom you would like to give me on this Mother's Day episode, or to our listeners who are all young, by the way? We have a lot of young listeners.
Yeah.
Um,
I just, like I say to both of you as well, that I wish you all love, light, success in your life, and walk through life gracefully, live life joyfully, live life with passion, do what you love doing, and make the most of it while you can. Don't wait for tomorrow. Take one day at a time and live for today. If you have a task on hand, let me do it today. I don't know what tomorrow holds for me, but let me do it today. Let me do it now in the moment.
I am not at all like this, listeners. I will keep
No, so this is what
procrastinating.
I've been telling myself every day now, because like
Yeah.
I said, that I've set a new timetable for myself, and
Yeah.
I've been doing that. So I'm telling myself, okay, this is my last Kriya that I'm doing. I don't know when I'll be doing my next Kriya, but I'm going to be doing it like as though it's my last. So whatever I do, I feel like I'm doing it as though it's my last. So when
You do it to the
yes,
fullest,
yes,
basically.
yes, to the fullest, with total involvement, with total commitment, with total.
That does not mean you drink 2 bottles of booze and get blacked out like it's the last time you're drinking, listeners. That's not the
that
takeaway.
is not the takeaway. Not at all. Not at all.
Haan, matlab you have to specify,
Haan.
na? Don't overdose on
No, no.
anything.
On the goodness of life, yes. But on the bad habits, no. Big no.
No.
Yeah. So I think I've said it all.
Have you? Okay, fine.
What is that? You wanted to ask
ठीक है.
me?
No, that's it. I thought we could talk about something else also, but I realized this episode is fully meandering, and now I've wrapped it up, and I've again got a new thought. I wanted to just quickly touch upon having the conversation of sex with your children. Talking about the birds and the bees.
Well, I think you want to say it. Whatever I said.
I think you should say, do you remember teaching us, or do you remember that conversation?
I actually don't, but you clearly remember that. So
you have brought a dictionary and told us. Anyway, that's what happened.
I
but,
brought a
as a
dictionary
mother,
and I
you
said
also
that to you, is it?
Yeah, you brought out the dictionary and you read out the words and definitions.
Okay.
I
And
remember.
what year was that? I mean, I don't even remember.
Very long ago. We were young. I must have been 10, 11. Natasha was 12 or 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, but you don't remember. Anyway, thank you. I just want to say on air, thank you for having these chats with us and being open enough to draw a diagram and explain my period to me when I got it first time.
Yes. That I recollect vaguely. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and thank you for...
Yeah, because...
Yeah. Thank you for also being there when I smoked my first cigarette. I tried a cigarette for first time with you. So thank you for being open-minded enough for that. Thank you for everything.
I want to thank you too for being who you are and for bringing so much of joy into my life. I mean, life wouldn't be the same had you not been there. Yeah, so I'm happy. Yeah.
Okay, love you.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Listeners, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I know it was a bit long and a bit meandery, but this is me and it's unstructured. You know how it is. And a big shout out to Pam for joining us on this episode. If you want to follow Pam on social media, where can they find you?
I am on Instagram.
At PAMRATHOD, Pam Rathod on Instagram.
Yes.
She uploads a lot of Sadhguru content, heads up. But also she shares pictures of food she cooks. So, it's a good balance. I can handle the other stuff for the food posts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed this show, of course, you know where to find it. It's on ivmpodcast.com or on the app, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts from. And you can follow me, of course, at RYTASH on Instagram.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much
Yeah.
for having me as well. It's been a joy and a pleasure. And thank you to all your audience for tuning in as well.
Thank you.
Light and blessings to all. Thank you.
Love, light, and blessings to all. Thank you, Pamela. We
I
love
love you too. Love you all. Namaskar. Bye.
Namaskar. Bye.
"2020 is a difficult year. A global pandemic, protests, elections, recessions. You get the picture. What we need is a space where we can have nuanced discussions about global affairs and foreign policy. That's where I come in. My name is Hamsini Hariharan, and I host the States of Anarchy podcast. Every second Tuesday, I speak to experts in the field of international relations to make a little more sense of the world. So join me on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you're listening to me right now.
Do you know Tamil? Tamil puriyuma? Do your children enjoy great stories that inculcate good values? Hi, I am Ravishankar Balachandran and I host the Storytime Tamil podcast. I am excited to share a short story with great moral values every day. Listen to Storytime Tamil on the IVM Podcast app, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts from.